Okay, it's been a hot minute since I've posted anything, but, well, when you're working 15 hours a day, it's not easy to actually do anything, especially on the weekend if we were just kind of comatose. Um, it is Draftmas. It is time. It is time for the draft. The NFL draft. Football. Why do I care? Well, why would anyone care about what I care about? I'm a Browns fan. These are the players that I think that I would like them to take or just stay away from. I mean, top of the draft, obviously, Ohio State fan as well. Cardinal Tate would be great. But, let's be honest, he's at best a number 2. He has the ability to get separation, has great hands, great route running. He is exactly what a quarterback thinks he's going to be. Great thing. He just doesn't have the athletic top end, apparently, to be a proto number 1. So, if that's the worst you get at number 6, gladly take. As far as offensive tackles go, because that's the other really pressing need. Spencer Fano and Freeling out of Georgia. Those are the guys I'd love for them to take. At around that point as well. I know you're going to see some people post about Tyson out of Arizona State. His injury history scares me to the point that he would start being the round 2 or round 3 flyer pick, similar to the way Flash Gordon was, well, over a decade ago. God, was that almost 15 years ago now? Ugh. I'm getting old. Guys I want them to stay away from specifically, Caden Proctor, especially up high, with the exception of unless they're going to move him inside and become a guard. Because if he's willing to move inside and go from the edge to the squared circle against the interior, where it's all about how much power you can apply. Oh, God, he'd be an amazing guard. 6'8", 6'9", nearly 400 pounds. Woo-hoo-hoo. That'd be fun. That's almost a prototypical 3-4 nose tackle. Ooh. But no, not an offensive tackle. No, he's way too raw. Footwork just isn't there. Spano, on the other hand, God, he's so damn fluid. Yeah, his arms are short. So was Riley Reif. So many years ago, and he was a perfectly serviceable left tackle in the NFL, if memory serves. If you're looking for a late round flyer, I wouldn't mind Caden Barnett out of Wyoming. Seems to have good tape. Also, dear God, the arms on that boy. Also, players I don't want to take, Ty Simpson. No, just no. There's not even a qualifier in him. I don't want him anywhere near that team at this point. There's just something off. He is not. Yeah, he's shorter, but he's not Mayfield. I've always been Mayfield proponent, purely because he has so much fight in him. As the old saying goes, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And God, he had fight. He was exactly what we needed, and we threw him away. The fan base ran him out of town because of Sam Darnold, who, by his own admission, by the way, had never been shown how to actually read a defense until after he flamed out in New York. Yeah, that'd be a great pick, guys. Someone who plainly couldn't read a defense in college. That's why to go 2 to 4 times a game, he hits the, why the hell is he throwing into double, triple, quad coverage? Same thing we had with Brady Quinn. Again, what was that, 20 years ago now? Again, I'm feeling old. I don't want them anywhere near the quarterback for North Dakota State either. Basically you have a Johnny Manziel issue going on there. And the reason I say that is Mike Evans and the other receivers are the reason, well, specifically Mike Evans is the reason why Manziel won that Heisman. When they showed all of his highlights during that time, it was always a scramble to Evans. Always. Line protection broke down. Manziel would scramble. Evans would realize his quarterback was in danger. Evans would break off the route because try to find some place open. Manziel would see him, and it'd be to Evans, who, again, God, I would have loved to have him in orange and brown. That there was a number one back in the day, ladies and gentlemen. Now, his top end's kind of started to go. He is a great number 2. But the reason I don't want the North Dakota State quarterback is because he's basically doing it throwing to Bryce Lance, who is 6'3". And 6'3", runs a sub 4.4. He's able to get open through routes. He has great hands. Which again, I realize anyone watching this is a Browns fan, and our most famous receivers all have basically 2x4s for hands. See Webster Slaughter, or okay, who's the guy we got from the Denver who just can't seem to catch the ball now? Great, I've lost my train of thought there. Yeah, the only time we ever actually had good receivers when we had Cooper and Jarvis Landry. Which, hey, good on Landry for actually pointing out something I kind of thought back during that playoff push, which was that Stefanski lost play calling that season. Amazing, someone ends up getting his play calling duties going, so he gets a head coaching gig, so he can't have that happen, and he still gets to call plays while being head coach. Another one is Caldwell out of Cincinnati, 6'5", wide receiver. Again, sub 4.4 40. Seems to have good hands, good route running, a hell of a lot of burst. I don't want my Lemon, at least not up high. Late first round, sure, just not the number 6 pick. If they can move out of the 6 pick, then these. Well, actually, let's go a little bit further here. If they go with Jordan Love, it's because you've got the belief that he is one of those generational talents, which we seem to have every single damn year, and that puts it on that Quinshon Judkins is in worse shape coming back from the injury than everyone thought he was. I have a lot of really bad injuries back in the day. I'm very familiar with this, and I worked through most of mine. Probably not the best idea. If you go with Sonny Styles, if he somehow lands there, then we are basically trying to move on from Owasa Koromoa, and you're trying to pair him with Wes Wessinger, which that would be a great linebacking core. Basically run a 4-2-5 nickel. Ooh. I am an Ohio State fan. I personally think the safety out of Oregon might be better than Downs. And that's, Thieneman? It's... If nothing else, he at least has better upside at the long run. Although, if you look at from an old school standpoint, Thieneman would be more of a free safety, Downs more a strong box safety, and they're still okay in coverage. They're both still great picks there, but at the same time, we don't need defense; we need offense. I would be fine with any of those in the grand scheme of things, as long as we can figure out something. The defensive players would be much better. The defensive players or the running back would be much happier with if we managed to trade back and get more draft capital, allowing us to fill more needs. I already mentioned I don't want to pick Proctor unless you're picking him later for transfer points. Another guy who I wouldn't mind them taking, you know, a late 4th, 5th, 6th round flyer, Drew Aller out of Penn State. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember when Bernie Kosar was the quarterback, and he reminds me a lot of him as far as the wanky, very wanky, one wonderful term, wanky. Very odd throwing motion, but he has a hell of a cannon. Probably not the best at reading defenses, though, unlike Kosar. But, hey, if you're taking him that late, you're using him basically as camp fodder and backup, which gives him time to actually learn from the coach, assuming the coach can teach how to read a defense. See, again, Sam Darnold. There's not really anyone on the defensive line I wouldn't mind. I really want them to avoid. There's no one I really want them to go after, except, you know, obviously, Caden McDonald? Defensive tackle out of Ohio State. I'm an Ohio State guy. I like Buckeyes. I like them on the Browns. Good to have. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now, unless, well, I just haven't had time to work on this. It's not like 10, 15 years ago where I watched way too much football and had way more opinions. On the guys that I don't want them to take, I would happily be wrong and they have a great career somewhere. I really would. Any guy I don't want them to take that ends up doing well, best of luck to them. I just don't see it happening. I could very well be wrong. I'm human. It happens. But, yeah, I just don't see it. Still, we'll just take Concepcion with the drop issues I keep at least imagining there.